Martial arts is huge in Ireland. Between all the different styles and disciplines, there are over 15,000 people participating. But within those different styles, there are several governing bodies who will never normally compete with one another. But tonight, a truly unique event is taking place. For the first time in history, all of these governing bodies are coming together under one roof to fight for a good cause.
Comfy GAA club in County Kildare was the venue for this historical event that saw 72 fighters battle it out for a very good cause. All money raised went straight to a sufferer of MS known to all in the martial arts community.
Basically myself and Roy Baker, famous Irish kickboxer, one of the best, and we've been talking over the past few years about running some type of event for charity, but a martial arts event, maybe pulling in different styles, and you know, we talked about it. So it's come to fruition here tonight in the Comfy GAA Hall. A lot of it's down to Roy Baker. I publicised it in Irish Further magazine, and we got sponsors, and the trophies were sponsored by Stephen Kavanagh. So it is a great event, and it's showcasing taekwondo, karate and kickboxing.
We have the Irish Taekwondo Association, we have the Republic of Ireland Taekwondo Association, we have the Irish United Taekwondo Association and East Coast Taekwondo. In kickboxing we've got Global Kickboxing and the Irish Magendu Kickboxing Association. In karate we have Onakai and the IKAB, and in another part of kickboxing we have Bushido Martial Arts and Tala Martial Arts. We're delighted because, you know, martial arts, it's a small community in Ireland, and for the first time we're getting these big organisations that haven't worked together in the past for various reasons, and we're getting them under one roof for a very, very just charity.
We're nominating a kind of an individual for this inaugural first event, and it's someone who suffers from MS. But we've already spoken kind of about next year, 2008, and we haven't got this one over.
How friendly or competitive will this be here today?
This will absolutely be as competitive as it gets. Most of these groups have never fought each other. So today, a lot of people have a lot of things to prove. So I think it's going to be extremely interesting and very competitive.
We'll look at the karate first. These two governing bodies have one of the oldest rivalries in the history of Irish martial arts, Onakai versus IKAB. With the teams fighting each other twice, the first time being a warm-up, it was IKAB on the right who started strong, but Onakai was quick to retaliate. Going into the last bout, it was level pegging and down to Ronan Flynn and Eamon Yor to clench the win. Matching each other point for point, it was Yor who got the final score, an overall win to place Onakai on top. It was kickboxing next. This was the only discipline on the night with only one official governing body, so it was down to friendly rivalry of club versus club. Two light contact and two semi-contact teams stepped up to the mat. IMCA and Global were first to get stuck in for the light contact title. It was IMCA who got the first win, but it didn't take Global long to get it back. With both teams putting up experienced fighters, a mismatch of weights meant that a lot of fighters didn't really get the opportunity to show their best. With 3 wins to 2 going into the last, it was Global that were showing superior strength and reach. The final, however, was one of the best on the night. It was strike for strike the whole way, but after a point being deducted from IMCA's Jamie Bradley due to 3 exits from the area, it was Graham Byrne for Global who took the decision and the silverware that night. Next up were the semi-contact teams. Bushido and Tala Martial Arts met in a battle of wills, each team having world and European title holders on their side. Halfway through saw Bushido ahead by 3 wins, leaving Tala in a must-win situation for the next 3 fights. On the floor was Dave Heffernan for Tala in the black. A seasoned fighter for Ireland, Dave has over 10 years experience on the national side, and this showed through with intelligent combinations, gaining his side that much needed win. World number 1 Robbie McMenemy was next to gain a win, bringing it to 4-5. It was down to the last 2 fighters. A win to Bushido was all that was needed to give them the victory. A sharper Mark McDermott on the night pipped Martin Bannon constantly, gaining an 11-2 win and a decision for Bushido Martial Arts. The last division, however, was without doubt the highlight of the event. Taekwondo in Ireland has 4 governing bodies, so 2 semi-finals were necessary. First on the mat were IUTF and East Coast Taekwondo. By bout 7 it was tied at 3 wins apiece, making it necessary for each team to send out their best fighter. Mark Connolly and Sean Keane were chosen, with Sean gaining the decision and progressing his IUTF team into the finals. The next semi-final saw RITA and ITA touch gloves. Two of the biggest bodies in the Taekwondo circle, this was always going to get the crowd going. As expected, this too went down to the wire. Extremely well-matched teams, but it was ITA that came out on top this time to meet IUTF in the finals. IUTF put up a tremendous effort, but it was going to be ITA's night. With clean, clear combinations, both teams showed why Ireland has produced so many world-class athletes in this sport, with this year's Irish Fighter Charity Challenge trophy going to ITA. Hong Loi from the same team also taking the award for Most Inspiring Fighter. A resounding success agreed by all. This promises to be a future event that will only get bigger and better, and of course hopefully help with the unnecessary politics within the sport. Best of luck in the future, lads.